Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our morning meditation, where we can take this time to just release everything, allowing everything to just let go. So I invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable, as you just begin by bringing your awareness to your breath, breathing in and breathing out. Allowing each breath to take you deeper and deeper within. And dropping down even further to that place where only love resides. Feeling this love throughout your body and extending out all around you. Feeling the warmth. Breathing in and breathing out. And just allow yourself to stay in this moment. Breathing in and breathing out. feeling the love that is within you. Allowing that love to radiate out, touching all of those that are in our community, our larger community, and all around the world. Allow your love light to shine. And taking another nice deep breath in and out as you slowly and gently come back into this moment in time as we begin a brand new day, as we begin our celebration service. Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you.
Recognize the God in you.
I feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
We come together in the name of love. We come together.
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 We come together
in the name of love. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too.
Love you and I love you too.
Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
We come together
in the name of love. We come together.
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 We come together
in the name of love. Every walk of life,
Every walk of life,
every creed and color,
every creed and color,
in kinship we unite,
kinship we unite.
in honor of the God in each other. And take a look at the person next to you. Say, namaste, I bow to you.
Namaste, I bow to you.
Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
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 We come together
in the name of love. We come together.
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 We come together
in the name of love. We come together.
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 We come together
in the name of love. We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
We come together. In the name of love. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. Gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. Worthy of this love. Spirit loves me.
Spirit loves me.
I know that.
I know that.
Spirit loves me.
Spirit loves me.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Oh, I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. When I'm down, I turn to you.
I turn to you.
When I'm down,
When I'm down,
pull me through.
morning, Ahava Center for Spiritual Living. So good to be back in the room with you all. I think this is the longest I personally have been away because I was out of town, and then the friendly COVID hit, and then we were online because of the storm, and now I'm here, so I'm glad to be with you all. So, Ahava is the Hebrew word for love, and we gather together every Sunday knowing that love is always the answer. That's right. I'm Reverend Rainbow, your co-spiritual director, along with Reverend Soni, who is taking a Sunday off. So we welcome you here today. If you're joining us online, please say hello in the chat and know that your presence here makes a difference. And if you are here for the first time, whether it be online or in the room, we welcome you here today and want to give you a special shout out, a special warm welcome, and also let you know that you can take pictures. You can go online and check in. If you're online, you can hit that like, subscribe, share button. All of these are ways that we get this message of love out into the world. So if you're here for the first time, please say hello. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And do we have anyone in the room for the first time? I think I recognize all these faces. Some I haven't seen in a while, which is good to see you back. All right. So I invite you now to take a moment and turn to someone and perhaps with your hands over your heart and say, "Thank you for being a reflection of me." So many beautiful reflections, yes. So we are a conscious community committed to curiosity so that we may provide a loving space to be reminded of the truth of who we are. We are an open and affirming community, so whoever you are and wherever you are on your journey, know that you are welcome here. We have a fabulous vision and a fabulous purpose, so I invite you now to repeat after me. We are an inclusive community. We are an inclusive community. Committed to global transformation. Committed to global transformation. Through personal evolution. Through personal evolution. And our purpose, let's do it together. Wake up, step up, and make a difference. That's right. And today's affirmation is, I forgive and I am free. Let's do that together. I forgive and I am free. Excellent. We are so grateful for the many hearts and hands that come together that help to create not only this fabulous Sunday morning experience, but the experience of this community throughout the week. So if you are one of our volunteers, give yourself a little pat on the back. And if you would like to get more involved, there are several ways you can do that by joining one of our SAVA teams, our Sacred Service teams. We have youth and family, we have the media team, we have greeters, we have all sorts of ways that you can plug in. And if you're looking for something during the week, we are also open to having some support in the office doing some more kind of organizing and office stuff. So you can see me, and I'd love to get you connected and more involved, because as we give in service, it truly opens our heart to this community. We have a few things going on. On Wednesday nights, we have our meditation and metaphysical discussion. It is online on Zoom every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Wonderful time to connect in a more intimate environment. We pray, we meditate, we discuss all the good things. And it's really your energy, whoever shows up, that brings that service to life. We have a 21-day Money Keys Jumpstart experience coming up on March 20th. So what this is, the Money Keys, people loved it and they said, we want more. So Karen Russo has a program that is a 21-day jumpstart. There are online videos and prompts and activities for every day for 21 days, and there's going to be 4 live, once a week, Zooms for talking, coaching, breaking it down, and I have the opportunity of facilitating that with her. So we are opening it to our community as well. All the information on how to sign up for that will be coming out this week. online, in our newsletter, social media website, all the places where you find out how to get connected. So keep an eye out for that coming up next month. Today is our forgiveness workshop. Appreciate all of you who signed up in advance. Even if you didn't sign up and you get inspired today, you can stick around. I made some extra copies. And a class is coming up, so Louise Talon is going to tell us about that.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
You ever wanted something in your life and not known how to get it? You ever done the same thing over and over again and wondered why you're getting the same results? Been in a relationship after relationship that didn't work, wanted a different relationship with abundance but couldn't get it. Well, if that's you, I have the class for you because we have a brand new CSL class called the Art and Science of Spiritual Mind Treatment. Even if you've taken the class before, it's worth taking it again. It's a new look at spiritual mind treatment, which is an effective spiritual technology for changing your life for the better right here and right now.
Yes.
Join me for this amazing class and change your life.
Thank you. So that is, originally it was scheduled to start March 3rd. We've moved it to Monday nights based on some feedback of people's availability. So if you thought, oh, I can't do it on Thursday, maybe you can now because it's starting Monday, March 7th, and it's going to be all online on Zoom. You could do it from home, and it's a fabulous class. Is it 6:30 to 8:15, I think? 6:15. I remembered there was a 15. 6:15 to 8:30. There is a cost. It is $249, I believe. It's a 8-week class, and that includes your registration and certificate for completion, all in that one fee. Thanks for asking all the questions. We have a new art show in our space here. As you look around, you can see we have beautiful art that always decorates our walls. And so the aesthetics team is calling for artists who would like to contribute to our next show, which is going to go up in April. And the theme is finding the extraordinary in the ordinary. And they're looking for all types of art: quilts, photography, multimedia, various things. So Karen Riggins and Christine Levitt are the contacts for that, and there's more information online on how you can submit, and we are excited to see this room transform once again. Oh, it's a Q&A today. Yes, sir. Only your own artwork you can produce? Yes, it is. That's a great question. It is. You would be submitting your own artwork, and you have the opportunity to sell it if you like on display for the show. Okay. Yes, or donate. All right, here we are. There we are. Where are we? There we are. All right, we have a fabulous band. Let's give them some love, yes? Music director Joe Cinquina, also on bass. We got Lauren Dechtenberg on keys and doing our readings. John Dittert on drums. Our featured vocalist today is Kim D'Amato. Woo! And Mr. Jeff Watts on sound, making us all sound good. So now I invite you to take a nice deep breath as we move into our centering song and our opening prayer with practitioner Cynthia Cinquina.
In this place, my soul is free from the light within. I see all the joy, all the peace. Carry me, carry me, carry me, oh, carry me.
in this place where only love resides. I know that there is only love, peace, joy, power, and freedom. For I know this is the truth of the one. And as it is the truth of the one, I absolutely know that it is the truth of me, and it is the truth of each person here and each person that is listening to the sound of my voice. For we are all magnificent expressions and manifestations of that one life. And today, I bless this service. I bless this service where we have the opportunity to talk about love and forgiveness and take in a deeper dive into who we truly are. I bless our minister, Reverend Rainbow, as she gives our talk today, knowing that each thing that needs to be said will land upon our hearts and our minds, that we will hear everything that we need to hear. I bless our beloved musicians as they share their talents and gifts with us, creating this atmosphere filled with a beautiful energy and vibration. I bless each person, each volunteer that has come here today, that is watching online, or that may watch in the future, that we are truly blessed in this brand new day as we celebrate our lives. And I allow this to be by saying, and so it is.
All the joy, all the peace,
Carry me,
carry me,
carry me,
oh,
carry me. Today's reading is from the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo, and it is about forgiveness. The pain was necessary to know the truth, but we don't have to keep the pain alive to keep the truth alive. This is what has kept me from forgiveness, the feeling that all I've been through will evaporate if I don't relive it, that if those who have hurt me don't see what they've done, my suffering will have been for nothing. In this, the stone I throw in the lake knows more than I. Its ripples vanish. What it really comes down to is the clearness of heart to stop defining who I am by those who have hurt me, and to take up the risk to love myself, to validate my own existence, pain and all, from the center out. As anyone who has been wrong can attest, in order to keep the fire for justice burning, we need to keep burning our wounds open as perpetual evidence. Living like this, it is impossible to heal. Living like this, we become our own version of Prometheus, having our innards eaten daily by some large bird of woundedness. Forgiveness has deeper rewards than excusing someone for how they hurt us. The deeper healing comes in the exchange of our resentments for inner freedom. At last, the wound, even if never acknowledged by the other person, can heal, and our life can continue. It is useful to realize that the word forgive originally meant both to give and receive, to gift for. In keeping with the original meaning, we can see that the inner award for forgiveness is the exchange of life, the give and take between our soul and the universe. It is hard to comprehend how this works, yet the mystery of true forgiveness waits in letting go of our ledgers of injustice and retribution in order to regain the feeling in our heart. We can only hope to begin the exchange today, now, by forgiving what was broken in each other and imagining who love how these holy pieces go together.
Question is why are we here? Say our hellos and goodbyes and then disappear. This beautiful life, oh, what is it for? Learn how to master peace or master war. And there's only one answer that matters. Even if your heart has been shattered, whatever you want, whatever you are after, love is still the answer. We all make mistakes. No, we're not perfect yet. Maybe God made us all from an accident. And the question that sits on everyone's lips is why should we pick ourselves up and start over again? There's only one answer that matters. Even if your heart has been shattered. Whatever you want, whatever you are after, love is still the answer. Love is still the answer. Question I'll ask at the end of my day. I take? There's only one answer that matters. Even if your heart and your dreams have been shattered. Whatever you want, oh, whatever you are after, love is still the answer. Oh, love is still the answer. Love, 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 love. Oh, love, 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 love. Oh, love, love is still the answer.
Ooh, I feel like I've already been ministered to so much already through that reading and that music. Thank you, everyone. So I'm going to let you in on a little secret. For me, the monthly themes have a way of working over me, especially as I prepare to share. So this week, a person kept coming up in my dreams, and then pictures would pop up on Facebook from a while ago that I haven't seen or thought about. And then all of a sudden, videos about healing a certain dynamic in a relationship, which I experienced with this person, randomly began to show up on my feed. So if you haven't guessed yet, our topic today is forgiveness. And what I am calling the what, the why, and the how of forgiveness. So forgiveness is one of those things that we experience in phases, right? I know, like, I could feel complete about something, and then something else occurs, and it brings another opportunity to go even deeper, and even deeper in my healing. So what is forgiveness? Forgiveness is the path that allows us to free ourselves from resentments and regrets in order to find inner peace. It is a sacred act and a spiritual practice that allows us to remember who we are. Love. Forgiveness is one of our spiritual tools that allows us to move forward on our path of spiritual evolution and not be stuck in the past or weighed down carrying the burdens of the past into our present and therefore then into our future. So why forgive? The goal of forgiveness is to heal ourselves, to experience compassion and love for ourselves, and then begin to extend that to others in order to be free. So this all sounds great, right? Like, why wouldn't we want to experience freedom and peace? Yet why is it still so hard to forgive? I think that Mark Nepo reading touched on it so well, because it's the idea that if we forgive, perhaps we will forget and what has occurred in our life, or what has made us who we are, or that we are somehow letting someone off the hook or giving them permission to do these things that occurred that are not acts of love, so to speak. So our mind, our ego rather, really is afraid that we might forget who we truly are and that we might get hurt again. Anyone relate to that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But true forgiveness is the exact opposite. It doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean condoning another person's wrongdoings. Forgiving someone does not mean that their actions are acceptable or justified. You can even move into a place of accepting what occurred without accepting or justifying their behavior. There's such a nuance to this in forgiveness. So the reason you forgive, the reason you let go of the past hurts and resentments has nothing to do with the other person. It's for yourself, for your own healing, for your own transformation and growth. Forgiveness as a spiritual practice is a deep and conscious process with several phases and layers. It involves uncovering the impact of the injustice had on your life, being willing to feel your feelings about that all the way through to completion. And then it involves a decision to be willing to forgive. And from there, we can begin to move into acceptance. And again, not accepting or condoning the behavior, but just accepting what is, what occurred has occurred. And this then allows you to be free. It's a process, and it takes time. It takes compassion for yourself and a deep willingness. And this is some of the work that we are going to get to do as a community today for those who are able to stick around for the workshop. We're going to move through some of these phases together. So the topic of forgive to live is so fitting, because when we're carrying around the hurts and resentments, the blame, the shame, the judgments of the past, we are not really living. And we are certainly not living in the present moment. Forgiveness is that process that frees us to live in the eternal now moment. It is essential that we forgive ourselves and others before true spiritual growth can flourish, because in that forgiving comes that freedom. So again, why forgive? If I haven't given you enough reasons yet. To forgive and to hold grudges and resentments is a misuse of the universal spiritual law in such a way that it actually causes us more suffering. Holding on to blame and judgment of others is a rejection of this idea of the principle of the oneness of life. Unforgiveness creates roadblocks in our spiritual growth and to our full expression of life. In order to experience the fullness, the aliveness, the peace, the freedom of being human, we must let go of these past resentments and judgments. Because if I am judging a situation or a person or wishing that something was other than what it is, I am suffering. And when I carry that around with me, whether it be for days or months or years, hey, I hear myself. It's like having on a backpack and loading up stones, right? Those stones of resentment, of judgment, and walking around burdened by the weight of what we are carrying. Meanwhile, the other person is just living their life, doing their thing. But the fact that you're holding that stone on your back means you are still carrying them. It's like that Zen parable that Reverend Soni shared last week about the monk that carried the woman on his shoulders over the water, even though he had taken a vow not to touch women. But when he got to the other side, he put down the woman, and the young monk that was with him was so upset and bothered until he finally had to say, like, "What are you doing? We took a vow not to touch women." And the older monk said, "Brother, I set her down on the other side of the river. Why are you still carrying her?" So we must let go of the past in order to be here now. Otherwise, the only person we're truly hurting is ourselves. And choosing to ruminate on our past will zap our energy. And it will not allow us to enjoy the possibility, the potential of this now moment. So how do we do it? What it requires is a willingness, a choice, to allow this energy of forgiveness, this energy of love and compassion to move through us. So one very practical aspect of this is to stop telling our same story of hurt over and over, looking for others to jump on board with us, to agree with us of how right we are and how wrong they are. As it said, would you rather be right or happy? And it's not just about not telling our stories over and over. It's also about not allowing our minds and our own awareness to ruminate over and over. This doesn't mean we don't take a conscious opportunity to express what has occurred. That's different. If you're being conscious about, I'm going to share this story in order to allow it to move through me and out, to heal, to clear, that's different. But when you've been sharing the same story for years and years because you get hit off of someone else saying, yes, you're right, that's something to look at. We must be the guardians of the gates of our own awareness. And I'm going to give you a little practical tip here. When you notice yourself bringing up that story, having images pop in your mind, whatever it may be, stop in that moment, take a deep breath, and just simply say to yourself, I am willing to forgive. I am willing to let go. And that's how you can stop that train track of going and building momentum and going, down the track miles and miles, ruminating on something. If you pause and breathe and simply say, I am willing. I'm willing to forgive. I'm willing to let go. It stops that momentum of that spiral of the hurt and the resentment and the judgment. We can't really express our true power if we're still holding on to so much unforgiveness. Forgiveness is a process of recognizing that we have an opportunity for our soul to evolve. It's a sacred act that allows us to experience the peace and freedom and love of the universe, of who we truly are. Forgiveness comes from love, and it reminds us that we are linked to one another. When we forgive another, we are truly forgiving ourselves. Because what we do to another, we do to ourselves in this one mind. This is the universal law of oneness, of the one mind. Catherine Ponder says, when you hold resentments towards another, you are bound to that person or condition by an emotional link that is stronger than steel. Forgiveness is the only way to resolve that link and get free. So we are called to forgive those who made us believe that we are not valuable, to forgive ourselves for having believed them. As long as we have a belief in our own inadequacy and insufficiency, dramas will keep appearing in our lives to confirm those beliefs. So we must unceasingly love and forgive, love and forgive. Our only goal is love, for indeed love is still and always the answer. As Mark Nepo said, the pain was necessary to know the truth, but we don't have to keep the pain alive to keep the truth alive. We don't have to hold on to the suffering to remember the growth that we have experienced. Relationships give us so many opportunities to practice forgiveness, right? And I don't just mean romantic relationships, all relationships, coworkers, siblings, parent, child, neighbors, friends, spiritual community. All relationships are opportunities to learn more about ourselves, to grow and to evolve and to strengthen our resolve. If we constantly blame other people, there will be no healing. And old beliefs will continue to drive our lives. And in this, so many precious moments are wasted regretting the past and fearing the future, when truly the only time we have is now. And the act of forgiveness frees us from the past and the weight of that emotional baggage. And in that freedom, we get to become who we truly are. I have another Zen story, a parable to share with you today. This is the month of Zen parables, apparently. So a burly, rough samurai went in to see a monk of very small stature. And he says, "Monk," in a tone of a voice of someone who is accustomed to being instantly obeyed, right? He says, "Monk, teach me something about heaven and hell." The monk looked at this mighty warrior, and he replied with utmost disdain, "Teach you something about heaven and hell? I couldn't teach you anything. You are dirty, you smell bad, your sword is rusty, you are a disgrace. You are a disgrace to the lineage of samurai. Get out of here, I cannot stand you." The samurai obviously became enraged. He trembled and his face reddened. Mute with anger, he drew his sword and he raised it to kill the monk. And in that moment, the monk said, That is hell." The samurai shuddered at the thought of the compassion and the submission that this little man had to risk his life in order to show him hell. Slowly, he lowered his sword, full of gratitude and suddenly at peace. And the monk softly said, "And that is heaven." So what the story illuminates for us is that heaven and hell are a state of mind, and we get to choose. We are always at choice. Imagine this story if the samurai instead embodied this idea of curiosity. You know, our theme for this whole year is living everyday wonder. So I wonder, perhaps, if the samurai was in a place of curiosity, and instead of acting or reacting in anger and defense, perhaps he could have said something like, I'm noticing, I'm feeling very hurt by your words. And I'm curious, are you feeling okay? Because this is not your typical way of behaving. Now, of course, that'll be a whole other story. This is just my little take on how we are in relationships. Because it makes me wonder how often in life are we like that samurai, jumping to conclusions, allowing our emotions to overcome in such a way that we react and become out of our minds and experience, as this story said, hell. Curiosity allows us to pause, to reflect, to be opened, and to respond as opposed to reacting. What would it look like to choose heaven instead of hell in our relationships? And is forgiveness the key? Krishnamurti, in his speech at the United Nations in 1984, said, "How can there be external peace in the world if one is not at peace with oneself?" We will never answer that question. We will always try to bring about change externally. We never seem to realize that unless each one of us changes radically, there will be no peace on earth. So this is our call. This is our invitation to be at choice and to choose to leave the past behind. Because the past only exists as we hold it in our memory. And it will not be a part of our current experience if we are willing to let it go, to choose heaven now. It's time to reclaim our power and stop dwelling in the past and allow love to lead the way. Are you with me? I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but it's definitely worth it. So I invite you to stick around after service today, even if you didn't plan on it. We have a short amount of time. You can run, grab a bite to eat, come back. We're going to start at noon. We're going to make a nice little circle in the back of the sanctuary here, and we're going to do some of this work together. Because what I know is having a community that can help hold me accountable, having a community that will love me no matter what I share, is what's going to allow this world to transform. When we're willing to do our own work and be supported by the love of a community that we offer here, to me, that's what it's all about. So let's move into prayer. Taking a nice deep breath. Just noticing right here, right now, anything that may be stirring within you. Noticing how you feel. Noticing if these feelings are showing up as any sensations in the body. Any tightness, any tingling, pulsing, radiating energy. Just notice. Simply naming it. Becoming aware. Fully present right here, right now. And letting go of the tendency of the mind to want to judge certain feelings or physical experiences as good or bad, right or wrong. Let it go. And just allow yourself to be here now. Embracing all of who you are. as I speak this word now, knowing and recognizing that there is only one life, one universal presence that is love, that is freedom, that is peace. And this is the very nature of my being. This is the very nature of each and every one of us. Peace, love, freedom is here now and always available to be expressed in, as, and through each one of us. So we take this moment now to consciously choose to lay down the past, to let go of the burdens and the resentments that have been holding us back, and to fully embody the spiritual principle of love, to fully embody compassion, freedom, peace, to invite in curiosity, releasing judgments, and embracing curiosity. Knowing that right here, right now, transformation is happening. That in each and every moment I get to choose how I show up. I get to choose to allow love to wash over me, to allow love to inform every word, action, every step I take, knowing that love is who I am and love is always the answer. I ask, what would love do now? Let go, let go, let go. I embrace a willingness to forgive and know that right now I am free. I am free. So with great gratitude for the fulfillment of this word, with great gratitude for the fulfillment of this prayer, I release it. I let it go. And I release it into the divine action of the universe, that law that always says yes, that is always corresponding to my thoughts and my intentions. And I release it and allow it to do its good and perfect work as I step into the wholeness, the freedom, the love, the peace that I am. And know that I am unbotherable. I am unstoppable. I am. And so it is.
The joy,
we let the joy wash over us. We let it be.
oh, we let the peace,
We let the peace
So I invite you now to turn to someone, maybe someone you don't know, and say, I am willing to forgive. Yes. And just a reminder, you're not going at this alone. You are backed by the power of the entire universe. So it's not like you're on some solo trip to forgiveness land. We're here to support you, as is the universe. Just had to add that little tag on there. All right, now we can move into our time of conscious giving. We're going to pass the basket in the room, but if you're online, there are several ways you can give online as well, virtually. You can go to our website, and there is a Give tab there. You can also text the word GIVE to 859-209-6996. The first time you do that, it will prompt you to put in a little information, and then the next time, super easy from there. And you can also mail in your gifts to 168 Burt Road, Lexington, Kentucky, 40503. So I invite you now to take your offering and repeat after me. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I forgive, and all that I receive. I joyously contribute to the vision of Ahava, knowing it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
Grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
Grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
Grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
Grateful for your tenderness when life can feel unkind. Grateful for the way you see when I'm stuck inside my mind. Grateful for your courage. Hold your steady ground. Grateful for compassion when mine cannot be found. Oh, compassion when broken hearts bleed.
Compassion, sweet compassion.
Oh, sweet compassion when my soul's in need.
Compassion, sweet compassion.
I find compassion for friends and enemies.
Compassion, sweet compassion.
Oh, my own compassion is where my spirit breathes. Oh. Grateful for your thoughtful words when emptiness abounds. Grateful for when you take my hand and you turn my head around. Grateful for the healing warmth of your embrace. Grateful for compassion to touch a deeper place. Oh, compassion when broken hearts bleed.
Sweet compassion.
Oh, sweet, sweet compassion when my soul's in need.
Compassion, sweet
Oh, I
compassion.
find compassion for friends and enemies.
Compassion, sweet compassion.
My own compassion is where my spirit breathes. Make me, mold me, shape me, shift me through all that I can be, that I may express your endless compassion. Oh, it's what I'm meant to be. Oh, compassion when broken hearts bleed.
Compassion, sweet
Oh,
compassion.
sweet, sweet compassion when my soul's in need.
Compassion, sweet
Oh, I
compassion.
find compassion for friends and enemies.
Compassion, sweet compassion.
My own compassion is where my spirit breathes.
Yes. All right. I'm just sitting here. I'm just so grateful. I'm like, we got a rock star right here. I love those pants. Yes. And it's like, you know, most communities are lucky to have one fabulous musician like this, but we have a whole team and we rotate out because there's so much talent here. So I just had to have a moment of gratitude. And speaking of compassion, our youth today are celebrating Random Acts of Kindness Week and expressing compassion to nature. They made little bird feeders out of pine cones and peanut butter and bird seed and that kind of stuff that they can put outside for the birds for the rest of the winter. And just a reminder to stick around afterwards for the workshop. There is childcare, and during that, they're going to also be talking and watching some videos and talking a little bit about forgiveness as well. All right. Reminder, practitioners are available to pray with you. We have a prayer box as you exit. You can submit your prayer request there or also online. We have a fabulous class coming up. Seriously, you guys, spiritual mind treatment, affirmative prayer is a powerful tool to change your life. And I encourage you to take this class, learn this tool, implement it in your life, and then come back and share with us all the testimonials of how your life has expanded in amazing, amazing ways. So you can find out all of that on our website, get plugged in, connected, all that good stuff. That's it, y'all. Yeah, all right, let's stand. I invite you to repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
It's this thing called life.
It's this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in forgiveness.
Life is in forgiveness.
I accept it.
I accept it.
I am it.
I am it.
I share it.
I share it.
Just the way it appears
Just the way it appears.
and just the way it appears not.
Just the way it appears not.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy
want to thank everyone for coming out today and joining us here in the sanctuary. And those of you who tuned in live online, please join us again next week. Remember, resentment is letting somebody else live in your head rent-free.